Speaking of nostalgia stuff,
the hot Cheeto balls or the cheese balls that you would pour into the cap.
I'm sorry, you were such a cool kid. My Untouched by the Veronicas. Like the one that was on my green iPod Nano.
I had a green iPod Nano. The skinny one?
Yes!
Only our generation gets that. I had this baby doll.
Baby bottle pop. Baby bottle pop.
The following podcast is a Dear Media production.
Pretty basic.
Hello, welcome to another one of your favorite podcast episodes that you just couldn't get enough of. You're here, you clicked the notification, you're subscribed, you've been waiting. Hello, my name is Alisha and Remi. I am your co-host of Pretty Basic.
What an intro. Hi, I'm your other co-host, Remi Cruz.
I know the coffee has kicked in, the caffeine has kicked in. We did film an episode right before this. If you're watching the YouTube video, that is why I kind of look the same, and that is why we kind of switched outfits.
To be honest, I did not know we were doing two today, so I didn't bring a second outfit, which is why we Freaky Friday'd, and I'm wearing Alicia's dress.
We did, and we talked about Freaky Friday in the last episode, and I was like, wait, just wear my dress. And then you said, oh, can I wear your shoes? I said, sure. And then I go, wait, can I wear your shoes? So we should do little outfits of the day.
Perks of having best friends or being best friends that have the same shoe size.
Dare I say in her shoes?
These are very cute. In her shoes. Yes, outfit of the day, go.
My shoes are Miss Remi Ashton's. They're from Jeffrey Campbell. I actually am obsessed with them.
They're really cute and so comfy.
They're
I drove
very
in them.
comfortable. I need white pumps. I don't have white pumps. You do now because you're a married woman. Not yet. Soon to be.
Soon to be.
My jeans and my top are both from Good American.
Very cute.
The jeans, this is actually a funny story. So I have noticed that any of the jeans Khloe Kardashian is wearing, like I'll see her. Here's the thing. When it comes to Good American, like this is such a niche thing about me. I am so obsessed with their jeans. I can tell if like Khloe's wearing some that are unreleased because I know all of them that much. It's insane.
I do love them.
My only complaint about them, which I've said this before, but I wish they had the name of the style on the jeans, on the tag. Because, for instance, these are the new Khloe jeans, the Khloe Edit jeans that just came out. And what's funny is literally like months ago, I went stalking because I was like, she is wearing jeans that most likely are just tailored to her
really
body.
Cute.
That are like tight, but then they're kind of flare, but they're not. And I scoured Good American. I was like, it's none of these jeans. Weird.
That's honestly impressive though, because like when I go on the website looking for a specific pair, they all look the exact same to me.
No, I'm like, this one is full flare. This one is like,
this is so good to know. I'm just gonna send you photos
at the calf. And then this one's like straight. This one's like baggy, whatever. It was so much to where I was like, what ones are Khloe wearing? Couldn't find them. I was like, it must just be a pair that she has tailored to her body, obviously.
They're dropped. They're here.
2 weeks ago, they announced the Khloe jean. And I have never, I said order.
Do they have any that aren't ripped?
Not yet.
Okay.
But
Khloe,
I know.
Get on it, girl.
No, Rem doesn't like a ripped jean. I will say underneath is denim.
They're very cute. They look so good. And they look so good with the pumps on you.
And I will say, I'm going to stand. It kind of gives me a BBL. Because the way that it is obviously made for someone who has wider hips. Wait, please look at this.
Oh, cute. It does. Because they do fit very nicely. Right? Turn around. Let's see it. Oh, come on, girl. The rips right at the cheek.
Yeah, right? Cute.
Very cute. It looks really, really good. If we could do no rips, please, Khloe, I would love that.
Okay, so obviously I don't look like I have a BBL, but they have more room in the hips that I feel like if one does have a BBL,
yep,
it would fit because obviously Khloe has one. Oh, okay, they all do. We all know she has one.
No, hers, have you seen photos like from the side sometimes? Like I think she got it dissolved at one point. It looks better now, but at one point it was really crazy.
I can't imagine it's good for your knees. All these girls are going to have knee problems.
Also,
that much weight.
I was going to say also a lot of them have like such tiny legs.
Oh my God, it's insane.
You're so right. You're so right. Okay, shirt from also Good American.
Yeah, shirt also from Good American. That was my whole story because I bought these instantly because I was
really,
like,
really cute.
The Khloe jeans.
They look, and my one gripe, they're always really long.
But you can get them tailored.
I know, but like I'm already spending so much on jeans. I wish they would actually fit.
I will say I'm not 5'3", so I don't understand that struggle as much. But whatever happened to our sewing lessons?
I've been really nervous. So I bought a sewing machine and Kaylee offered to teach me, but I've been a little bit nervous because I remember in home ec growing up, someone put the needle through their finger. And now I'm a little nervous.
Okay, but that was in like 7th grade, right?
I'm going to get to it. I'm going to learn. I'm going to learn how to sew my own pants. She said it's very easy. She did say for jeans, though, denim, you need a specific thicker needle because it can break, and that's very dangerous. So I'm glad she told me that because eye safety is very important. I'm going to get some safety goggles.
Okay. I want to come over and use it because I too want a sewing machine, but I know both of us have our like hyperfixations and we should do it together and like make it a class.
Or we could go to Joann's and take a sewing class.
I know, but I get so impatient. I'm like, okay, like let's like get to it.
Really?
That's the thing about me. I get too impatient and I'm like, okay, come on. Like, I just want to start making it.
I understand, but I do feel like a sewing machine can be a death contraption. So like we need to like take the proper precautions and safety and learn.
I'm more like death contraption to my clothes. Like I will probably ruin my clothes. That's what I'm more worried about. I'm not worried about
I'm
my
like
fingers.
Needle flying out, landing in my eye. I'm sewing my hand shut. Like I'm very scared of those things.
If you're like watching TV and doing it, like we'll do good.
Have you ever worked a sewing machine before?
Yeah, in 7th grade though.
Same. Okay.
We got this.
Well, my outfit is from Alisha Marie's closet. My dress is from Aritzia.
Good job.
And my shoes are from Dior. Right?
They are.
Very cute.
Those are actually extremely comfy too.
They're really cute. I love the Velcro moment.
Yeah.
I love a Velcro shoe. Thanks. Reminds me of when I was young.
Doesn't it? Oh my God. Speaking of nostalgia stuff, Velcro shoes. I remember being so sad when I outgrew, because there was an age.
Time.
They didn't make, like, I don't know what age it was, maybe like 8 or 7. Like there was a certain size where they just stopped making the Velcro because they only really did it for convenience.
Yeah.
That and light up shoes.
I got some light up gibbets in Korea for my Crocs, and it's scratching a childhood little itch that I didn't know I had.
Granted, I'm not huge into raves, but I feel like I had my little era of like, you know, EDM house music stuff. I think if you were obsessed with light up shoes, you became a rave girl.
That's a really good one.
I think you were, because those are the only places you can still wear them.
The
and
little
enjoy
light
them now.
sticks, the light finger things.
Oh my God, yeah.
We were talking about this on Basically Unfiltered. We did an episode where we were doing assumptions about each other. Another shout out to Kaylee, who doesn't listen to this podcast, a game that we learned from her. And one thing that Zane said to me has really stuck with me. And he said that he assumes that I loved a Kudos granola bar growing up.
The way that he meant me, because I would have 3 in a day. Like they were dessert to me.
I mean, everybody loved a Kudos. For some reason, I really did not like them. And like there weren't many snacks and things I didn't like.
What didn't you not like? It literally was just like granola and chocolate.
I thought the flavor like wasn't good. Like I felt like it was very low quality chocolate.
You're like, why would I have that when I could have a candy bar?
I just like didn't, I don't know. There's something about it. I think that was the granola part. Like I just didn't like, I don't know. Cause I love like I love a chewy bar. Something specifically about Kudos I really did not like. I had like a visceral reaction at a very young age. But what were some of your favorite snacks growing up?
Well, okay, that gets me on my Kudos rant, because I don't know if other people's parents were like this, but my mom was so healthy and strict about certain foods. Like we had Ezekiel bread growing up. We would never have white bread, right? But then Pringles were fine because it seemed healthier. Do you know what I mean? Like there were certain things that...
Sun chips?
Not sun chip. Pringles.
Really?
Pretzels. I'm trying to, or like every now and then we'd have like frosted shredded wheat, or like grape nuts, even though there's still a lot of, or Raisin Bran. There's so much sugar in that, but it seemed healthier. So like that was fine. And there was just certain things like that we always had around. And Kudos were one of those things that seemed, quote, healthier. So we had those a lot. So I loved them because I think, comparing that to Ezekiel bread, ooh, that tasted like, that was gold.
It's so funny because Ezekiel bread just tastes like regular bread to me, but I'm sure.
Oh, it's cardboard.
I'm sure growing up. Like
on a PB&J.
You're right.
What?
I like it as toast.
Yeah, I do think as you getting older, I appreciated it more. I don't know if I'm sure I've said this somewhere in our digital footprint of podcasts, but my dad, when Ashley and I were really young, he suffered from Meniere's disease extremely bad, where if you don't know what that is, it's basically like he would get vertigo like extremely bad. Like he would be driving and he would just randomly get hit with a vertigo attack, and it would be like violently spinning. Sometimes it would be up to like 7 hours and he would just be throwing up the whole time.
So
like
sad.
At one point, my parents did everything they could do to figure it out. And they were like, hey, you can keep dealing with this the rest of your life. He struggled with it, I believe, for 7 years. And so many doctors told him nothing would fix it. He just had to live with it the rest of his life. And like,
how frequent were the flare-ups?
Oh, at least once a day. Like, but then like it was so bad. It was so bad. So 7 years total. It would be like on and off and like different things. So like he struggled. He lost a shit ton of weight. Yeah, my mom can explain it way better, but he lost a lot of weight. And I remember we would drive out to LA because they finally started going to the house ear clinic. They had a recommendation, and that was the first time they had a doctor say that it's curable. But there was a surgery available. It was newer at the time. And if he did it, they would go into his ear, but there was a 50-50 chance of him losing his hearing. So it would most likely would fix it, but 50-50 chance of losing all hearing in his right ear. So obviously he was desperate. So they ended up doing it. Yeah. He did lose his hearing. So he didn't, just in his right ear.
And I'm sure he's so much happier now.
Oh my God. He hasn't had anything since then.
So it like actually fixed it. Or like, what do they do in the surgery?
They basically added like a cone shape to help drain the fluid because it wasn't doing it by itself. But that's what the disease is it's something with the fluid in the inner ear and the cochlear, like whatever. So that happened. But one of the things they suggested was apparently salt can really affect vertigo because again, the fluid and the draining and water retention and all this stuff. So he went on a full diet with pretty much no salt.
No flavor.
And anything he was allergic to, which is everything, including corn, which corn syrup's in everything. So he was on a very strict diet, no eggs, no milk, no corn, no dairy. He literally couldn't eat anything except for Ezekiel bread, like oatmeal. And it basically tasted like cardboard, right? So my mom, being a very supportive wife, she was like, you know what? I'm going to try to do this with you at least as much as she can. So that way there's no like temptations in the house. It lasted like 2 weeks, but that's where we started soy milk at such a young age because that's the only milk he could, rice milk. It wasn't even soy milk. It was rice milk. It tasted like water. Oh my God. When I'm telling you, I'd go to my friends and I'd have Lucky Charms with like whole milk, and it was so happy for me because we were used to having like rice milk and Ezekiel bread because those were the only things he could really eat.
Yeah.
And he was like so depressed during that time. But I've said all of that to literally explain why we were on Ezekiel bread at such a young age.
Can he eat normal stuff now?
Now he can. He still has allergies, but because of the surgery, he's like fine now.
Oh,
but
good.
One of the options was trying an elimination diet to see if that helped with his symptoms before the surgery.
Poor guy.
I know, but now it's fixed. It's fine. He lost his hearing, but that was so much better than obviously the Meniere's disease.
That's crazy.
Yeah, isn't that insane?
I'm glad that he's better now.
I'm sure now there's better options, but literally to go 3 months of like, I just don't eat all these things.
I know someone whose dad had such bad vertigo that they did the thing where they strap you to a table and just spin you around, up, down, upside down, like a carnival ride times 10 to try and knock the crystals back into your, like it's the crystals being out of place. You have crystals in your ear, and that throws off your whole equilibrium. Yeah. And so they knock them back. They try to knock them back into place. And then from there, you should be okay.
That happened to my mom too, because my dad also has always had a really bad back. So we had this like machine that you like lay on and it like, you can like go upside down. It kind of like helps stretch out or whatever. My mom did it one time. And I just remember being in my room. I was probably like playing with Barbies or something. And she's like, Jeff, like calling my dad. And then we all run into the room and she had knocked the crystals out of her ear. And the room was spinning because she like went upside down trying to like help her posture. Like you strap your legs in and then you like lean back and it balances you out. And then you lean back all the way and you're like at a diagonal.
You know what that reminds me of? Remember that fitness machine that everybody had back in the day at their house where they'd strap and then like go backwards?
Yes. That exact thing. So then she's like screaming and it like, the doctors were like, you just kind of have to wait 6 months. So she couldn't drive. I remember we had a carpool with this other family who Ashley and I like, we hated only because not that we hated them. The car smelled so bad. So we went through this canyon every day to school and it literally smelled like dog piss in that car. Like I'm not kidding. It smelled so bad and we'd always get headaches and we were just like, this is so like, obviously
lots
my mom
of vertigo in the family.
I know, what the hell.
Thank you, Cotton, for sponsoring the Pretty Basic podcast. Since you hit play on this podcast, thousands of photos have been posted on social media, capturing the moment, but not always living in them, and probably a few hundred more by now. Cotton is asking us to help our listeners take a pause, to tell stories instead of just watching them, and to make moments better by wearing a versatile, comfortable, and long-lasting fabric, a fabric you may even be wearing or laying on right now. As I'm recording this, I'm currently sitting in one of my favorite cotton sweat sets. It is so unbelievably comfy. And you guys know there is just something about me. I'm very, very particular when it comes to choosing fabrics. It can't be too itchy. It has to be super soft. I'm very selective. And cotton is natural and comes from the earth. And because it's natural, it does not contribute to microplastic pollution. Cotton is natural and hypoallergenic, making it gentle on your skin. I'll be honest with you guys, my life can be chaotic and I'll be so busy back to back, but I'm definitely taking a pause, especially when my life feels like so, go, 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 go. There's been so much happening.
Honestly, I love wearing my comfy cotton sweats. There's nothing better than just sliding them on. Oh, opening up my drawer and getting so excited to take my tight
After a fresh
pants off,
shower,
and put on something so comfy. Yeah, after a shower, something so comfy. The cotton on my legs just feeling so smooth and relaxing. It puts me at so much ease. Not only being comfortable, but also turning off my phone and watching a movie with Cal. Taking a pause is so important for me because I really get wrapped up in work and I have a really hard time setting boundaries. So it's really important for me to make those clear distinctions between work and relaxing time.
Remi and I always hear you guys and we want to be present for you as much as we can. Let us know how you like to press pause. Press pause with cotton, the natural choice. Discover the fabric of now at thefabricofourlives.com.
I don't remember what for. And I've talked to my mom about this and she said that I remember it how I remember because it's my truth and I remember it. But she was like, it wasn't like that at all. I remember they put me in a dark room and they strapped me to a table and they gave me this like liquid drink that was like bubble gummy and like crystally.
Wait, sorry, for what?
I don't know. I think it might have been for my gag reflex when I was really young because as we all know, always gagging. And they gave me this like crystally bubblegum drink. I think it was to like look inside for something. And they put me on this table and they went and like put me backwards in this dark room. And like, I don't know if it was an x-ray thing. I don't know what it was. She's told me, I just forget. But I just remember being like, what is going on? But I was so young.
Yeah.
I also remember when I got my wisdom teeth out when I was 12, I like didn't know what was happening.
I didn't realize you were 12.
Yeah, because
your mouth is
my mouth was so overcrowded. And so they had to go into my gums and like excavate. Like I got my wisdom teeth back like literally in crumbs because they weren't fully grown yet. But like, I'm glad because obviously I was so young, I didn't know. But like there's so many things, like obviously I'm sure it was so stressful for my mom and dad.
Yeah.
But they're just like, I had no idea what was going on. So I was just like, why am I in this room? Okay, they're pulling me back now. It was like a white crystally. It tasted kind of good.
It had to have been something.
I don't know. I'll ask her.
Yeah.
Every time I bring it up, she's like, that's not what happened.
You're like, I was in this torture chamber.
No, it was a dark room. And they velcroed me to the table.
Oh my God.
Okay, back to snacks we loved growing up.
So sorry, that was such a tangent.
No, I love it. I love all these like crazy health things.
I know, it's crazy. It's just crazy how before that was like without social media. So like to find people with other rare conditions, it was so hard. And now luckily it's so much easier.
Oh, for sure. I got tagged from a PB listener, shout out, on a TikTok of this guy that was like, I just got out of an MRI. Why did no one tell me that was absolutely hell? I didn't even know that I was claustrophobic till 20 minutes ago. And he was like going on. He like freaked out when they were putting him in. They had to put him in feet first. Still, it was really bad. And it was like, just like, do, 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 do. And all the comments were like, it's the worst thing ever. And I was like, my people.
My mom said she would always do like practice drums with the beat with like rudiments. So she'd be like,
oh, I was tap dancing. I was doing K-pop choreography also.
1 and 2 and 3, go 4, go 5, 6, jump 7, 8.
Supernova.
Oh my God, what are other snacks that I loved as a kid?
You know what I loved? The chips that were like Blastoid, like the little like the hot Cheeto balls or the cheese balls that you would pour into the cap.
I'm sorry, you were such a cool kid. You had all the cool snacks. I already know this.
I wouldn't say cool snacks. Like my parents definitely, like my mom got all the delicious ones. She didn't care as much about health stuff.
Oh my God. I mean, I a fruit by the foot or fruit roll up.
Love.
The tattoo one.
Ooh,
oh my God.
So good.
I had a fruit roll up over the weekend because I saw one at your house and I was like, I'm taking this. And it was so good.
You put it in the fridge.
Yeah, because I was like, yeah.
Is it better that way?
I think I don't know why I did that.
Oh,
I
okay.
did.
Did it taste good?
Oh, it was so good. It was everything I wanted and more. Everything I wanted and more. Goldfish.
Oh, people always loved goldfish.
Starter pack for me.
I was a Cheez-It girl over goldfish.
I just don't like the burnt taste of the Cheez-It.
Ah.
To me, it tastes like burnt.
I love them. I love all the flavors.
I do think that's more of a realistic cheese flavor, but I also hated Velveeta mac and cheese. Ash, give me the powder Kraft.
I like both.
Kraft, if you're watching, with some extra milk and butter, make it like soup.
I won't turn away a boxed mac and cheese ever.
I know, but the real Velveeta, which, Oh my God. Speaking of cheese though, the breadsticks with the cheese.
You liked them?
Oh my God. I could eat 20 of those.
I liked the breadsticks themselves. Like I can imagine the flavor right now in my mouth.
Oh, I taste it. I smell it. Oh my God. I love that.
I loved the 100 calorie packs I would eat 7, but like I loved the 100 calorie packs.
That's like anything mini bites just taste so much better.
Honestly, let me know if anybody else does this, because those were like cultural reset, or like those were just of the times. Obviously, like those are not acceptable anymore. But like the Oreo, they were like little like hexagons or whatever they were.
No, we had those too.
Yes, the Oreo ones, or there were the Chips Ahoy. I think there was a cheesy one. But now it like, because I grew up during like that time, and also of course like the era of like the models and all those things, like, that was of the times. Again, I would sit and eat 7 of them. So like I wasn't counting calories, obviously, and no one should be, especially when you're 12. But now I think of everything in calorie packs and 100 calorie packs. Do you ever think of that? I'll look at something and be like, oh, that's 400 calorie packs.
Wait, I don't, but I understand the thinking behind it.
Oh, like it's just been ingrained in my mind now. And not in a bad way, not in a good way. It's just simply math.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's 700 calorie packs. Like, okay.
Wow.
But
it makes sense.
My mom would get so many of them. Probably Costco.
Oh my, in bulk. Why not? Mm-hmm. I remember the hexagon ones, and they were like Oreo or like cookies and cream. They weren't Oreo.
Like black with like little sugar crystals on it.
Oh my God,
I remember the Chips Ahoy ones. And then I think there was like a Cheez-It or something version.
That was my problem. I would want 20 of them.
Same.
Like I'd want so many.
They were so good though.
I know.
Something else that I loved that they're actually bringing back, which I'm so excited about, are the little Altoid tins.
Oh my God. I thought that was so niche, and that is the prime. No, I always thought they were, because I was like, why did they get rid of them? The citrus ones, the grapefruit ones. Oh my God.
The little like baby, the little like
the
peel,
tangerine,
like the shape of the tangerine.
No, like the way that I truly was like, wow, those must have not been that popular. They got rid of them. I loved them. And I accepted that I would go the rest of my life without having them. And now hearing they're coming back and everyone else is excited. I'm like, I'm so curious why they stopped them.
I don't know either. And those like remind me of my dad, because every time I go to his office, he'd always have a little tin on his desk. And like, those like little snacks and things that like you correlate with your parents and growing up. Like that's one that I hold so closely to my heart. I think there was a mango one too, because there was like green to orange ombre on the top. I'm so excited.
No, the way that you'd like push it and go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Were they candy or were they a mint?
Though I think those were more like candies, because
so good.
Obviously there's the Altoid mints, which my parents also had. There was like the Altoid craze.
Yes, the red top.
The green top. The red or green, yeah, like minty. And then they also had the tangerine, which I think are technically just like hard candies.
I love the tangerines. I remember those. I don't remember the mango flavor as much, but as we all know, if you watch me, if you know me, you know that I love anything tropical. If you watch the vlogs, the podcast, I've been talking about this. I have become obsessed with the Dove Glow Recharge body wash. It's a part of the Dove Serum Shower Collection. If you guys have not tried this collection, it's absolutely amazing, and it's actually co-created by dermatologists and beauty experts. I love them all, but this one specifically is my favorite because it smells like a tropical vacation. It's insane. Also, I know I keep harping on the scent, but like you guys need to smell this. It's incredible. It kind of smells like tropical fruit and sweet berries.
I know you're literally leaving for Hawaii in a few days.
I know. Cannot wait to get back to my hotel and wash my body with the Glow Recharge body wash and smell like Hawaii in Hawaii with a tan.
My favorite thing about this body wash is that it illuminates, and it honestly just energizes my skin, and it seriously makes me feel like I did just go on a whole vacation.
Also, it's amazing because it's formulated with 3% brightening serum as well as exfoliating minerals and vitamin C, so your skin looks brighter.
And I love that this body wash is sulfate-free, paraben-free, which just, it helps my sensitive skin.
Truly, after using this product, I feel like I saw my skin go from dull and uneven to illuminated and refined.
I will say I noticed a huge difference with my skin, like within 7 days of using it. I feel like I started getting those compliments of people being like, you're glowing. I'm like, thank you so much.
Also, I love Dove. I've been a Dove user for so many years, and they are the #1 dermatologist recommended body wash brand.
We seriously love this body wash. We cannot stop raving about it. And again, a huge thank you to Dove for sponsoring this episode of Pretty Basic.
I love them so much.
I remember growing up at my aunt's house because she lived by the beach. So Ashley and I would like go over there. We'd like, speaking of a pool day and then showering and all this kind of stuff, we'd go to the beach and we would have our pool day, and then we'd go into, you know, her shower or whatever. And I remember showering and seeing the Dove bar soap, and that felt so luxury to me. Like I would always steal it and like use it because it just felt so luxurious. Like Ashley and I distinctly remember that. Like that is a core memory in my head. Oh my God, another nostalgia thing. Speaking of the same aunt's house, she had this in the bathtub. There were the little soap balls. Do you know what I'm talking about? Or like they weren't, so they're like oil, like you like throw it in the tub
like
or something.
Bath bomb?
It wasn't a bath bomb. I just remember like they felt like Orbeez, but they weren't Orbeez.
No.
I just remember as a kid, I'd always like play with them.
It was like a thing, like a scented?
I think it was more of a scented decor thing. But like, I just remember being like, I don't know. I remember like loving it.
Remember like potpourri?
Yes.
Potpourri was so big. My mom had bowls of potpourri everywhere.
She was such a cool aunt. She, like when you pulled the toilet paper, there was like a little thing in the toilet paper roll that you'd put in there and it would sing. So like you pull the toilet paper and it'd be like, bing, ding,
wait,
ding,
that's
ding,
so
ding.
cute.
Yeah. Oh my God, that just unlocked a memory.
I'm trying to remember. I was watching, oh my God, we were watching Love Island, the finale. And Ariana Madix walked out with the craziest hair I've ever seen. It was a pretty crazy hairdo.
I will say I was loving all of her glam until that.
I agree.
Hair.
Like makeup, outfits, every hair was so good. Just the finale hair, I feel like did not go with the outfit. And I texted you and Cal and said that it looked like a hairstyle that I would have gotten at Libby Lou growing up.
Also because you just know it was a wig. I felt like it looked extra.
Oh, you think it was a wig?
For sure.
Oh.
For sure.
You think?
Yeah.
Really?
For sure. For sure. Well, I saw him sewing. I think he sewed it.
Her
hair, because she reposted her hairstylist like sewing
Oh,
something.
I just figured it was hair extensions.
No, I'm pretty sure it was like a wig or like a headpiece with her hair, like maybe a half up or something like that.
Interesting.
But it definitely just looked a little like, you know what? They were probably out of ideas. They've been doing so many glam looks the whole
I will say
6
for
weeks.
that, I feel like a good, like a simple sleek would have been good. Like something a little more simple because the top and the skirt were giving a lot.
I loved the top.
It was gorgeous, but it reminded me of Libby Lou, which is something nostalgic for me. And I don't know why there's not more Libby Lou's out there anymore.
I never had a princess makeover or a Libby Lou makeover when I was a kid.
Add it to the list of things we're going to do.
Me and like
We're gonna
7-year-olds.
The Bibbidi Boppity Boutique.
Yes. Oh my God.
It was like it was so fun.
I'm sure as a kid too.
And I'm not sure why it's not. I feel like it would be such a big thing. Granted, like girls are wearing makeup at like 12 now, like full beats, but like being 12 and going to like a birthday party at Libby Lou, which was like, you would go in and it was like a full makeover. Like they do your hair, they do your makeup, they'd give you an outfit, and then you'd walk a runway and they'd play music. And it was just like a fun time to feel confident as a kid.
I think it was just probably so expensive. And I mean, like, that's probably why we never did it. And then if anything, it's like, oh, well, we could always just like recreate this at home. My babysitter would give me a makeover.
But it was only like for a birthday party. Like it was a very special occasion.
That would be so cool for a birthday party.
I feel like it needs to be a thing again because I feel like kids need to feel like kids.
No, like it's insane.
And they'd give you like crazy hair and like glitter bracelets.
We should have a crazy hair day on here.
I would love that.
No, we should do it for basically. I feel like that's more fun.
A crazy hair day. What was your like
themes?
Did you, for like school growing up, did you have crazy hair day and stuff?
Oh, we had crazy hair day. We had lots of different like random days, and it made it so fun. Like going to school and knowing you had crazy hair day on Friday or like whatever, even if it wasn't for anything, it was just something so fun to look at. What else did we do?
For crazy hair day, my favorite thing to do was to take an empty water bottle and then put it at the top of your head and then tie your hair up and around it with like a bow at the top so you look like Cindy Lou Who.
I remember seeing people do that and I was like, oh, I'm so jealous. I didn't think of something like that.
I know. Pinterest was like...
My mom wasn't really a Pinterest mom. She was like a drummer, you know?
Understand.
So
she was an artist.
She was an artiste in a different way. So I feel like it was so obvious which moms were like Pinterest moms. Like they were just so cool.
I'm sure you can imagine
and
Sue's
crafty.
was crazy.
Oh, I can only imagine.
My like second grade hairstyles every day. Like my favorite one she'd do is she would take the little plastic rubber bands and then do like 6, like do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 around here. And then she would do another row and then tie the rows together. So it'd be like, I would lift it all day long when I was bored. I'd just be like lifting like this. So it was like a net on my head.
Literally, I'm jealous.
I can't wait.
I'm jealous.
I can't wait to have I hope I have a little girl so I can do all those crazy things.
No, that would be really fun. I remember I would just do the color, like the temporary color in a can.
Oh my God,
I always did that.
About those.
I would do that. The glitter or like Spirit Weeks. There was always some fun things.
Spirit Weeks.
Oh my God. Speaking of assumptions, on basically I said, I think I said Zayn. I was like, I assume you use LimeWire. And like that was such I remember being like, oh my God, I forgot about LimeWire. I can see the Lime like application, like what it looks like. I thought it was funny that he said no, because I was like, I could so see you having LimeWire. I was the one. Heath did. I was the one who like used LimeWire. I'd download it all. I would like make CDs and like do all of that stuff.
That's crazy because you're not a rule breaker.
No, but to me, I was like, it's fine.
Was it like a big
I mean, it was illegal.
Yeah.
But that was like the first era of like saving music. Because you would just download it for free, but they all had like a watermark or it would be slightly sped up. Like my
so funny.
Untouched by the Veronicas, literally like halfway through, like goes up a pitch.
I feel so
like it literally goes really quick because that was the only one that was uploaded to LimeWire.
You know what?
Not the one that I currently have, the one that was on my green iPod Nano.
I had a green iPod Nano. The skinny one?
Yes! How are we just now figuring this out?
Honestly, that was better though, because I would get grounded all the time for stealing my dad's credit card and racking up iTunes bills. And I'd always be in trouble, but like I needed the If You Seek Amy music video.
If You Seek Amy.
I needed that. I had the green skinny one. You know what? This is kind of niche, but I know some people will relate to this. There was no better feeling than getting the song that you wanted shuffled on your iPod Shuffle.
Oh, because it was just next. It wasn't like...
You weren't like actually sitting there listening to it all. iPod Nano. I had that remember the short chunky one?
Mini.
Is that what it was?
I think it was the Mini.
Oh, I had the pink Mini.
Oh my God.
Yes. I
only had the Nano.
All mine are.
I only had the Nano.
I love that. Like the iPod was so...
All the colors.
It was like the most incredible. That, and remember the Nintendo DS when that first came out too? That was a shift.
The DS was this one?
It was the one that had the flip up and 2 screens. Like that was a cultural reset.
I only had the Game Boy Advanced. I didn't have the Game Boy.
But like when it came out, that was insane though.
And the stylus.
Yes, that was like I feel like that was like such a shift in time of like,
so
we've advanced so far.
You know how we talked about like Gen Z and millennial, and obviously this is like similar topic. I think I kind of fully cracked the code because we were like the last generation without social media. Like us being able to be like, oh, people don't get what it was like. Now because there's social media, like even like Gen Alpha, like the next generations, like everything's going to be documented. So we'll still understand what it was like.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? Like if
like you had to be there.
Even if Gen Z was like, oh my God, Jake Paul or something like that, I'd be like, no, we still saw that. You know what I mean? Or like, or Charlie doing dances, you know, it wasn't a niche thing. Like everyone, it's still accessible to the whole world. So it feels less like special. I got a PR package that had pencils with fluffy ends, and it reminded me of those pens and pencils. I was like, oh my God, I remember having these in school.
Oh, I got that too from Recipe.
Yes. And I was like, you felt so cool whipping that out in class. Like, because it was so niche, you know what I mean? But like, then it wasn't. But now I feel like do you know what I'm saying?
No, I know what you're saying. I think I see like to some degree for sure, but I think more when I say it, I'm thinking of just like, oh my God, you had to be there. Like anybody that's our age, like right now knows what we meant just because like they were so iconic for that time.
But that's what I mean. Like now if a kid was to say that, like, oh, you had to be there. It's like, no, but we still were there and saw it. Like maybe not from your perspective, but we still saw the craze of what's LOL surprise, even though it isn't a niche thing that no one else is aware of.
I see.
Except for that generation. I feel like there's a lot of things that's like accessible to the world, even though it's like, no, I never had an LOL surprise and I cared about it. I still saw how it was a craze. So it's like, oh yeah, I remember that.
Make it
versus us being like, no, y'all have no idea.
Is that just us being older though? Because I'm like, maybe less social media, like our parents being like, you don't understand. Like this was so big at that time. This music was so big. Like you'll never get it.
For instance, kids now being like, no, you don't understand what TikTok was, because my mom knows what TikTok is, even though she doesn't understand it. Like she still knows. So it's less of a like, let me educate you on the lore of this. You know what I mean?
That's what I think when I'm talking about that kind of stuff of like, oh my God, you had to be there.
But that's because we didn't have social media growing up. So the other generations weren't aware of it. Do you know what I mean?
I see what you're saying. It's like the things that are popular now, I'm aware of because of social media, but I will never fully understand because I didn't experience it. And when I'm talking about it, I'm like, you had to have held a Game Boy, to be on that Wii Fit. Like only our generation gets that feeling, where I'm sure there's like so many things now that kids are like, we don't understand because we've never like tangibly cared to hold.
Yeah.
And same with like parents. But I see what you're saying for sure. Like social media, of course, changed so much.
Or even like coding your MySpace. You know what I mean? Like
for sure.
Such niche specific things. I don't know. I kind of feel bad for the younger generations because it's like everything, every trend changes so quick. You can't enjoy your fluffy pen because by the time the fluffy pen comes out, we're over it and onto a different pen. You know what I mean? Like that is the way it is now. I feel like everyone's robbed of like a core trend of your like generation, you know?
I also feel like little like trends, it's so trendy. Like trends
Too
will catch on
trendy.
and then every brand does it. Like for instance, I love the little Make It Mini resin toys. Now resin toys are like so popular.
It's where you get over it because they're everywhere.
Oh no, I'm still in it, but I'm sure I will be soon. Like it's so crazy just to see like how, or like blind boxes right now. Obviously like Sunny Angels, like that I love, but like those are, I mean, Sunny Angels have been around for 20 years. They're celebrating their 20th anniversary, but like
they're having a moment.
Blind boxes are so big now. Like it's so funny to see like all these trends of like toys and things that go throughout the years.
Yeah, I will say I feel like it's just our attention spans because it's like, okay, that's big. Well, now what?
Remember the Tickle Me Elmo? Remember how that took over? Like
I never
crazy?
had a Tickle Me Elmo.
Oh, I didn't. And that, well, I feel like it got big when we were like in
Furbies?
our 20s.
Did you see that Limited 2 like is kind of coming back?
No.
I heard about it and I forget if it was on Giggly Squad or someone else's podcast. It's probably Giggly Squad. But it was like, who is that made for? Because kids now don't give a crap about
us.
So is it going to be younger kids things or is it for our kids? Like who's the demo?
Like I want to make my kid a Limited 2 kid because I was a Limited 2
I know.
kid.
So I'm so curious how it's going to be coming back. Or is it a generation? Well, no, I guess most people my age would be having kids. Do you know what I mean?
I will say, like, I think something, and this is similar to like us remaking these movies and like beating a dead horse. It's like it was perfect for its time. A Limited 2 Rhinestone Cami is like, I don't think it would be the same now because trends do come back though.
But I will say it'll come back, but only for a week versus a whole year. You know what I mean?
so
I just,
true,
again,
too.
trends are so quick.
I don't know. Who's going to want an inflatable couch from Limited 2? Are those
Me.
coming back now?
Oh, but they've already been back. But then they weren't as, like, it's like everything's back at once.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like
It's a
whatever
little- It's too much.
I think it is too much. But I did love a fluffy pen.
Remember the ones that you'd blow on, the blow pens? those infomercials?
We can do a whole episode
I'd almost
on
pass out.
infomercials. And it would blow and it would be like,
Or the sponge with the rainbow. Shoo. See,
Oh
that's the
my
thing.
God.
Like parents were there, so they know what we're talking about, but like they didn't understand the need to call in right now. Buy one, get one free. Shipping and handling.
they're going fast. You can get 2 for
No
the
one's
price
calling.
of 1. Literally no one's calling.
No one's calling. What was your favorite infomercial?
Magic Bullet.
Loved Magic Bullet.
When I tell
infomercial.
you, I thought I was going to be I was like, Mom, we need this. Like it wasn't a want. It was a true need.
And I still understand that because a Magic Bullet is amazing.
Compared also back then, like I was like, well, you can make pasta, we can make this, we can make pasta, we can make dressing,
Pasta sauce?
we can make so many things with only one thing.
No, it still is very innovative. And like I still use my Magic Bullet to this day. You know what I loved? That goo that you'd put on the end of a straw and then you blow bubbles with it, but they were like, they wouldn't pop. Then you could
Wait,
like
I thought
hold
that's
the
what you were
bubble.
talking about before.
About what?
Or were you talking about a blow pen?
Remember those pens where it was like a marker and you'd put this like plastic top on and then you blow and it would blow out the ink?
Blow pen.
Yeah, blow pen. That's what I was talking about.
I thought you were talking about the bubble one earlier.
no.
Because I was like, yes.
Oh no, but the bubble you could blow with
blow
the
pen.
like
the bubble with that wouldn't pop.
yes. Blow pens were the markers
You would
that
draw.
go,
Yeah. But and then finally they realized like, oh, kids are literally getting headaches and probably like breathing this in. This isn't good. And then they made the foot one, but I never had the foot pump.
Foot? Oh my god, the foot
They had
pump.
the
I
foot pump.
I forgot about
That's
the
so
pump.
much safer. I still can't believe the flying Tinkerbell things. They don't make them
the vine
hazard.
of it flying up into the fire. Literally. You know what I always wanted, but I was always scared I was going to break because I was a chunkier kid. Moon shoes.
I always wanted them, and then I remember my friend had them. I tried them on, and after 2 seconds, I was like, "I'm bored." Like literally, you think you're gonna jump to the literal moon, and then it's just like, and then you're like, "Okay, I'm done." Like this is dumb.
That's an ankle breaker waiting to happen.
Oh my god, yeah.
Speaking of ankle breaker, we talked about this on Basically Unfiltered, but skip it.
Oh, skip it.
I loved.
Skip it good.
Bop it. Skip it good.
Skip it good.
What else was there? I loved my video now. We talked about that. I had this baby doll.
Bottle pop.
baby bottle pop. I had a baby alive, a baby so real.
Was that the one that's like
you'd feed it? Wouldn't like scream or anything, but you'd feed it. Like it came with like what looked like mac and cheese powdered cheese packets,
yes,
but it was like a milk thing that you would make, and then you'd feed the baby with a bottle. That's and then crazy. It would pee. It like you'd put it on a toilet. Like I like you just loved like it scratched a maternal itch at like age 8.
It's so funny how as a kid like all you want to be is a parent.
I know.
And then you get a little older and you're like, I can't
I'm actually so good. It's so
like you want to be your mom, so you're like or your dad, you know, you're like you want a baby, you want to like do all the baby things.
Stroller.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I don't see enough little kids pushing around baby dolls anymore. Bring back baby dolls.
They just have iPads.
They're always with an iPad.
This podcast is presented by Bobbi Brown Cosmetics. If you guys know Alisha and I, we are always trying new makeup. We love trying new makeup. And we also have been really trying to care for our skin lately. If you guys watched all the episodes or listened to them about our Korea trip and everything, you know we've been taking our skincare really seriously. We've been taking our makeup really seriously. And we've been taking our skin overall very seriously. And I just tried the new Weightless Skin Foundation from Bobbi Brown Cosmetics. And you guys, it is incredible. As you guys know, we've been working on our skin so much. We don't need as much coverage. I don't really want to wear, you know, as much heavy makeup. It's summertime. It's hot. I'm always sweating. And the Weightless Skin Foundation has been so nice because it just feels so light on the skin. It's so gorgeous. It has nice coverage, but it's not too heavy. Also, as you guys know, I'm always dealing with like hormonal changes. I have acne spots. I have dark spots. My skin is always going through a lot, and I feel like I've finally kind of figured it out now in my 29th year, but I'm always looking for products that just make me feel more confident in my skin and just makes my skin look radiant and gorgeous, and this has been amazing. The Weightless Skin Foundation has an SPF of 15, which is great, obviously, for the sun. It's a 24-hour hydrating foundation with all-day oil control, and it's available in 53 shades. It's a long-wear foundation that delivers 24-hour moisture and 24-hour wear for a natural matte finish that looks like skin, not makeup. It's formulated with smart skin balancing technology, and it's a lightweight formula that controls oil all day without stripping the skin, and it delivers medium coverage that minimizes the look of pores and feels comfortable and breathable. With 24-hour moisture and 24-hour wear, the smart skin balancing technology adapts to what your skin needs. Bobbi Brown's ultra lightweight formula feels like nothing on your skin. It even stays put while on the move, even in humid climates. See more of the campaign and discover your perfect shade of Weightless Skin Foundation at BobbiBrown.com.
I literally am the most pick-me person ever. I am going to try so hard to not let my kids like use iPads and stuff, but I know I'm going to be in the same position, be like, ugh, Alisha thought like you got to do what you got to do. Yeah. And every kid is so different.
I have friends that definitely have like iPad babies, and they're like, please, like try your best. Try your absolute best to not.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I've seen like some parents online that only give it to them for like special occasions, like or flights and things. Yeah.
Oh my God. Growing up, my mom would, over summer specifically, because we weren't in school, she made us these little coupons. So it would be like good for one show.
I
good
love
for
the coupon
one movie.
book.
Yeah. But then I'd be like, well, I already used mine and I want to watch a movie. And of course, anything like Bible was fine. And I was like, but I don't want to watch Salty, Mom. Like, I'd be like, what the hell? I'd be like, oh my God. But we had coupons that we could use. So I'd be like, okay, I'm cashing this in for, and then once we used them, we couldn't watch TV for, I don't know if it was a day or the week or whatever. It was probably like a week. Like we had so many that we could use.
Oh.
So then we had to like do something like an activity.
That made me think of like, also probably in early 2000s things. Do you remember coupon books?
Oh, of course.
Oh my God. My parents would have like thick binders of coupons from probably like Costco or something where, you know, we were going to dinner at like California Pizza Kitchen. So you would like go to the California Pizza Kitchen section and like $10 off your appetizer.
Dude.
I forgot about those.
When I was in college on the cheer team, we would do lots of fundraisers and stuff. And one of them was for the Riverside magazine. We had to like sell advertisement spots, and that helped pay our way to competition or for the year or whatever. And I, again, girl with social anxiety, I was like, I'm not going to cold call these like we just had to call or ask people in the area if they wanted to be a part of the magazine. It was expensive. It would be like $500 for
putting you to work.
No, literally. And if you sold a page, then like your thing was paid for. And if not, you had to pay out of pocket if you didn't like finish it. And I remember being so embarrassed to like ask people. Like I think I asked the pita store that I worked at. They said yes. They bought like a corner of one, and I was so grateful.
Were they really expensive?
It was like $500 for half the page.
Wow.
$1,000 for the full page.
To be in Riverside magazine.
I'm like, okay, like I hope this actually, you know, so they would usually do like coupons or things. Who else did I do? I forget, but I remember having so much anxiety because I had to like call people and just ask like, hi, do you want to be a part? They'd be like, no. And I like would hang up. I'm like, do you want to be a part? I'm like, no. And I'd be like, to anyone who does cold calling, how do you do it? How do you do it? I actually wanted to die.
I feel like cold calling would be a little easier than going door to door because like at least cold calling, you hang up, you're like, that sucks. And then you move on.
My rejection still, like I was like, I can't ever shop here again. Like I was like, how do I do this? It's scary. And I get that some people have it and some people don't. Yeah. You turn it off. But like every time my anxiety would be like, hi, which probably made it worse because I sounded way less enticing. I was like,
I guess
hi.
you want this spot in the magazine. I mean, you don't have to.
You don't have to.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry I'm bothering you.
Again, sorry if I'm in your way.
Did you go door to door for like fundraiser stuff as a kid? Like, would your school make you do that?
Oh.
Or not make you, but like entice you to do it?
Because I wanted to win $100. Even though it was like $100 bill. You had to sell like thousands of dollars worth just to get the prizes.
Oh, and they were so like not good.
But my entrepreneur self was like, I'm going to win.
I remember like wrapping paper was really big or like popcorn buckets. I feel like that's not a thing anymore either. Kids are not going, well, also people are a lot crazier now. So like I would not want my kid going door to door, but like going door to door in the neighborhood, hi, do you want to buy any wrapping paper? It's July for Christmas.
Well, and it was like so expensive for a little corner. I have a core memory of mine is I really wanted to win the prizes. So I bought myself, there were these seal keychains, like little fluffy, we probably had the same ones when you really think about it. Like the same.
You were selling keychains?
No, like the same books. Like we probably actually had the same fundraiser books. Because I'm sure it was one company that did all of Southern California and it was the same thing. But I remember there were these keychains with a fluffy white seal on it that were $3. So I would save up my money and do chores to buy the seal one so I would sell more items, even though it makes no sense. It's like Shakey's. Like you spend so much money just to cash in all your tickets for a prize that's worth $3. You know what I mean? And I remember buying like 4 of these seal keychains because I was trying to get more things sold. Yeah, core memory.
I remember nothing builds character like Girl Scout cookie selling.
Dude.
Standing outside a Ralph's all day long.
I did that with my
bothering
friend.
people.
Mm-hmm. Well, also at least Girl Scout cookies, they got a name for themselves.
People do want them. Mm-hmm. You're right. You're right.
I will say the last time I was offered some was at a farmer's market and this little girl comes up with her wag and she goes, hi, would you like to buy some Girl Scout cookies? We have da 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 da. I'm like, oh my God. She's like, I take Venmo, Cash App, Zelle, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, damn.
I told you about that girl that clocked me in college when I said I don't have money. She goes, I take credit cards.
And then the mom is usually in the back just like,
that girl, we've talked about her before, but the girl that went viral for being outside a dispensary. Iconic.
Wait, I forgot we talked about this.
Hundreds and probably thousands of dollars.
And that is an entrepreneur.
No, it gave me a lot of skills that I wasn't aware of until today.
Work smarter, not harder.
Being
Find
polite.
your demo.
There was like no feeling though, like when they would reject you, when they would walk, because you were outside the grocery store. They'd be like, no, I don't want any. And they'd walk in and then you'd have to remember their face so that you wouldn't ask them again on the way out, like to embarrass yourself again, or you'd have to like look the other way. But I was like actually 9 and I'd be like, oh my God.
Also, at least there's like a group of people there. It's not like just you.
Yeah. Those poor moms that get stuck having to stand there.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay. Going off of selling things. Imagine you're on like Shark Tank. Okay.
Okay.
It can be something that someone's already made, but like what would you sell and what are you confident in that you could sell to the sharks?
That's such a good question. I have this thought every time I buy a Shark Tank product that's so good because I'm like, why didn't I think of this sooner? Honestly, I don't have any entrepreneurial ideas.
But it could be something like would you sell like portable chargers? Is that the thing you would like easily sell and convince them on? Like what's something in your life that you're like, I can convince, you're literally the influencer of influencers. So like you could sell anything, but other than anything, what would that be?
Here's the thing. It needs to like hit all the boxes. It needs to be something that can apply to the masses. Something
practical.
That is practical, functional, fills a gap in the market. I feel as though
honestly,
all the gaps are filled.
I know, but like Octobuddy, boom.
Yeah.
This thing, iconic.
Innovation.
Innovated.
But see, I'm not an inventor.
Not that expensive.
It is. It fills a gap in the market. You know what? It needs to be something also that like that was great because everyone now is a content creator. What is happening now that everyone is doing that we could like apply?
Wait, did you see that one video? It was on Shark Tank and it was this guy who was making, he was making, I forget what it was exactly. It was like a pot or a planter or like something to do with gardening and like farmers. And he was like, yeah, I really want to sell it. I think he was selling it for like $3 or something like that. I don't know. I could be getting this wrong. He was selling it for pretty cheap. And the sharks were like, I want in on this. It was very innovative. And they're like, I will only do it if you up it to like $8 because we need to make a profit. And he stood his ground. He was like, no, because like these are farmers, like they can't afford that. Like I literally cried watching this TikTok. I was like, oh my God. All the comments were like, wow, like more of this. And then another shark ended up saying it like, I really respect you and like you knowing your demo and everything. And I was just like, I love this.
That's
I was
really
sobbing
cute.
at Shark Tank.
The one thing that always sticks out to me on Shark Tank is when they're giving their pitch and then they're like, okay, well, what are your margins? And they're like, I charge $30 for this. Okay, well, how much does it cost to make? $2. And they're all like,
yeah.
I'm like,
Crazy.
that's such a ripoff.
I know. But when you are the only person doing it and you've like found that niche.
I understand, and like that's how the world works. It's just crazy to like watch it with my own eyes.
Well, that was like, I mean, even a few years ago when a lot became aware of like the makeup industry of like how much it really costs to make a palette. And then I'm like, ooh, I paid $50 for that.
True. Very true. Very true.
It's insane.
Very, very true.
Oh, you would do a Stanley. I feel like or a water bottle.
I do love my water bottle.
And whenever you have a new one, I'm in your car. You're like, let me sell you on this. This does this. You can turn it upside down. It doesn't leak and blah, blah, blah. You're so good with a water bottle.
I have to say that Brewmate era, 40 ounces.
Oh my God.
I'm locked in.
My Kiss and Press lashes. Bury me in them. I'm sorry. I put them on my story because Amazon was having their like Prime Day sale and stuff. And I was like, dude, I buy these in bulk. I only put one on my corners. Like you can do them so many different ways.
It's true. You did. They are really getting very popular. I mean, my Dove Glow Recharge Body Wash, obviously, as well.
You know what else? They need like a Shark Tank, but cooking edition. The way that you would kill that, you'd be like, hear me out, sharks.
I agree because I feel like the food things they have on there, I'm never impressed by.
And I'm sure there's
Except
more
Scrub
laws about, oh my God, Scrub Daddy was like innovative to the max. It was literally like, wow, why has this never been a thing?
And they Ring Doorbell they passed up on.
Ring. And now he's like one of the sharks.
Is he?
Yeah, I don't know his name, but I think that's crazy.
It needs to be something that everybody, like the product needs to go in the category of something that everybody does. Everybody cooks. Scrub Daddy. Mm-hmm. Everybody lives.
And before the craze of like, but even that seemed too ahead of its time.
Or just security.
But it was the right timing because it seemed then like, wow, only rich people could afford a private camera
security
outside
system,
their security system. But then now with social media, it's like, oh, that's so normal. Like everyone should have.
Yeah, something like cooking, something like a shoe. Everybody's wearing shoes.
Oh, I always see there's this one that's like people are trying. It's like it goes from flats to heels and like they're really trying to do it. The only thing is like it as a flat doesn't look that good. And I'm like, I wish there was a way they could like still make it a little better.
I have seen those where you can like pop the heel on.
Yeah, you just pop the heel on, which is cool, but I just can't imagine it's that comfy to walk in.
We're getting better. Like as time goes on, trial and error, things will get better.
But yeah, the things that actually take off are so simple. And that's why I think so many people try to do things that are too complicated.
Yeah. Have you seen that bridal buddy one where you put it under your wedding dress?
We're getting it for you. Are you kidding?
Do I want it?
Yes.
Does it look good?
No, you it's just a slip. You don't see it.
Oh, you don't see it?
No, you don't see it at all. It's literally like a slip that goes under your dress, not visible whatsoever, but it basically works like a parachute. And then you pull the string.
And then you tie. That's right. Okay,
and then that way when you have to pee, that was another one that like the sharks were literally like, oh my God, this is genius. But also the guys didn't even think of. They're like, oh, I didn't know that was an issue.
You know what? We need to make it for women.
Oh, Emma agreed on it. Love her.
So good.
Yes, for women.
Yeah, we need something for women.
You know, the men were like, oh, I guess that would be hard to pee in your wedding dress, but that's such a universally known thing for so many people.
Wait, now the wheels are turning.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is the problem that I mean, my feet are always hurting, always. So I'm like, something to do with like feet not hurting.
You know what it is? And someone will do this. Sunglass marks. Someone has to figure out a way for sunglasses to not give you sunglass marks.
Good idea.
Well, and here's the thing. I'm sure other people have thought about that, but it's like, how do you actually execute it in a way that's simple and not ugly? And like, I'm sure there's little pads you could get, but it still doesn't perfectly fix it.
It also though needs to be because like there's life hacks for everything. So it needs to be a better competitor to the life hack where it needs to be cheaper, it needs to make more sense, it needs to make it easier.
Or it's something that people are willing to pay for. So it's like, yeah, I could prep my glasses with powder and do all these life hacky things, but it's like, I don't want to have to do all that. I'd rather just pay $5 to have XYZ.
Yeah, needs to be cost effective.
Oh my God, look at us women in STEM.
You know what I would like? I only wear one necklace at a time, usually because my necklaces get all tangled. Is there a product that they can make where they won't get tangled?
There is.
Oh, gorgeous.
And it's a clasp in the back that like twists, so that way it like doesn't get tangled.
Okay. I'm going to start thinking of all my problems that I have. Definitely something with cramps or a period. That would do very well as well.
Even think of like period underwear. Like when that first was a thing, it was like, what? Ew. And now it's like such a thing.
So true. Or the Diva Cup.
Diva Cups, prime example. Innovative. Wow. I imagine our next episode, we like dropped a product. Like imagine if we were
setting all this up just to drop something.
If we were that smart to like actually be like, speaking of, oh my God.
In a week, we came up with this product.
In a week. Wow. Oh my God. We're not women in STEM. But imagine if we were.
That'd be very impressive.
Anyway, I'm excited to hear any of your guys' thoughts of products or innovative things that Pretty Basic can make. I'm kidding.
Or
kidding.
Nostalgic things. We talked a lot about nostalgia.
Yeah.
Anything nostalgic. If you are a 90s/early 2000s kid, please comment down below and let us know something nostalgic that we missed. Food, fashion, toys, video games, Nintendogs perhaps. Let us know because I would love to read them and I feel like it would just make us very happy.
Oh my God, not me dying. I was like, I was just going to say, these are the type of episodes I love listening to where I'm just like, whoa, oh my God. I just thought of something, but I can't fully remember what it was. It was like literally this was just like a vision in my head right now. It was like, it looked like mermaidy water or like, oh my God, it was like a toy or something.
Wait, I remember
it just like
with mermaids.
It just like came, not like a magic 8-ball, but it was like something that like had like mermaidy looking water in it. Oh my God.
Was it to do with a doll?
Maybe.
I feel like I remember a mermaid doll situation.
I'm going to go look up
Google
nostalgia.
I follow so many TikToks or TikTokers who just post like 90s kids will understand this. And it's like a swipe through of like really old Littlest Pet Shop, Diva Stars, all these things that like I just completely forgot about.
No, Betty Spaghetti.
Or do you remember the what were they called? Like Clickets or something? Clickets was one.
Yes.
But remember those they were like little houses and you could interlock them and they were like little like pixelated girls that would go into each other's houses. Comment down below, please.
Betty Spaghetti. Wow.
All right. Love you guys. Catch you next week.
Bye.